Hey, this is Pam with Fitted to Fish. I stepped out of my kayak for a couple minutes to be able to talk to you without bouncing around and moving around. We're going to talk about different lures right now and how they move in the water. I'm going to start with a really basic, easy lure. And this is happens to be the Gulp, but you can, Z-Man has one, DOA has one. It's called the Fluke or the Jerk Shad, depending on if you're a bass guy or a saltwater guy. I like a fairly flexible tip rod with a nice base to it, and that's something that I get out of my Daiwa rod. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to let it sink slightly because it has a jerk-like reaction. I'm going to let it sink and pop, pop, sink and pop, pop. And when it sinks, it kind of flutters down. When you pop, pop, it'll go from side to side to give you almost like a wounded bait fish. So let's see how it goes. Again, it's basically let it set for a second and then jerk, 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 jerk. All the way back to you. And when you can see your lure, wind it back in. There's no, unless you're in murky water, when you see your lure, bring it back into you so you can get the next cast out. So that's one way to move your jerk shad. On this, you can cover middle ground. You can make it without putting the weight on it. You can make it a top water lure. With this weight, it gives me a nice, where I can work from about 3 to 4 feet of water. It's a perfect moving lure. It's important to understand the water column and where you want to fish within that water column. That's going to help you choose your lure, because different lures are made for different points in the water column. Put your paddle in the water, take a jig head and let it drop down to find how deep you are. Those are ways you can find out how deep you are without having a lot of instruments. So again, choose your bait wisely and tight lines. Thank you again for watching. This is Pam with Fitted to Fish.